Hello and welcome to Tuesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic on a perfectly foul day here in the UK. It has been raining hard all night, all morning. It is extremely grey out there, but I'm going to distract myself from all this as Maverick flies past. You can probably see the room shaking. By doing this very colourful puzzle by GDC called Modular Zipper, which has been recommended to us a lot. And GDC is something of an expert at setting puzzles with the new lavender lines in them. Well, this one's got lavender lines and teal coloured lines, which are these lines, modular lines as well. And this is what we're going to be having a go at in a moment or two. It's got 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty on Logic Masters Germany, which could mean just about anything. I wouldn't rely on that as an indicator either that this is easy or that it's hard. But I'm very sure with it being by GDC, it will be interesting. Oh, I've just seen my Christmas hat has emerged here. I didn't put that there. I could. No, I'm not going to put that. Oh, maybe I should. I'm going to put the Christmas hat on. It is that time of year, isn't it? Why not? Let's put the Christmas hat on and feel festive. Don't know what that looks like. Probably not very good. But we're in December. It's Advent, so we'll have a Christmassy edition. Now I've got distracted. What did I need to tell you about? Oh, well, the most urgent, pressing news is that I've been getting the days wrong about how many days are left in our Kickstarter. This is to create Fog of War sudoku. It's going to be an incredible Christmas present for puzzlers. It's already got 14 Fog of War sudokus in the deluxe edition. So there's 10 by Sandra and Nala, 1 by Fistamafel, 1 by Jay Dyer, 1 by Chili. Oh no, 15. 1 by Chili, 1 by Analytical Ninja, and 1 by Math Pesto. So it's absolutely brilliant, this, but there are only 2 days left to go. So if you do want to get hold of one before Christmas, do think about ordering it either today or tomorrow. I'll try and remember to put a link on the screen. It's going to be epic. And yeah, it's the campaign has nearly come to fruition. So that's the urgent news. The only other thing we've got going on is which has really thrown us for Anyway, let me tell you what that thing is. Of course, it is our Patreon reward over on Patreon for December, which is the 100 puzzle pack by the Skunk Works. All the puzzles are 4x4 Sudokus, and they're only meant to take a minute or 2 each. And the feedback for this puzzle pack has been incredible. People love these. They're very bite-sized. So, you do one and you think, oh, that didn't take too long. I might do another one. And as a way of learning and getting your brain thinking about variant Sudoku and the sort of tips and tricks that might be helpful, they are absolutely brilliant. So yeah, we're hearing that message loud and clear. I don't know what we're going to do with it yet, but it will be something. Then what else have I got to tell you about? I've got to tell you about birthdays. I've got 2 birthdays to do today. Let me get my notes. Sally, it's your birthday today, and I know this because your sister Anne wrote to us and rather delightfully described your age as a perfect cube and a perfect square for probably the last time within a normal human lifespan. And I did some maths and I thought, yes, it probably isn't likely anyone's going to live till 729. But Sally, I wish you many happy returns today. I hope you have an absolutely brilliant birthday. Although I'm just thinking about that, not 729, but I remember having a conversation with somebody who worked for one of the big insurance companies as a very high-powered actuary, and they insisted that the person who was going to live till they're 150 years old has already been born. So there is food for thought. Anyway, Sally, happy birthday. I hope you have an absolutely brilliant day with cake. And then I had a very unusual email from Claire's cat. I want to say the cat's name, is it Arcala or is it Aquila? Because I know it's the same spelling as the Cub Scout leader, which when I was a boy was always called Arcala. But you look at the spelling of it now and it looks like Aquila. I don't know. I don't know. Does anybody know the correct pronunciation? I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong. But anyway, the cat, Aquila, wrote to say that their owner, Claire, was turning 59 today. And that this cat had beautiful, beautiful writing. Albeit that the cat's French, as indeed is Claire, I think a food writer. But CTC helps with both of their English. And Claire apparently just tidied up the typos in Aquila's email. It was a lovely email for which I thank both of you. And Claire, I hope you have a very, very good day today. That's one clever cat that you have. Now, anything else? I don't think so. I've got my hat on. I've done my birthdays. Let's do some Sudoku solving. I will read you the rules of modular zipper and let's see what GDC has in store for us. So we've got normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box. Any set of 3 sequential cells along a teal modular line contains 1 digit from 147, 1 from 258, and 1 from 369. So let's look at this one. So one way of thinking about modular lines, by the way, I find these lines quite awkward. My brain resists the concept of modular lines a little bit. But if you imagine a number pad on a keyboard, what we're saying here is that one of these 3 digits, let's look at the 3 digits on the line, let's give them all different colours. There we go. So one of the digits has to come from the left-hand set of numbers on your number pad, 1, 4, and 7, and the way modular lines work. The thing to be very aware of is that the modular set 1, 4, and 7, they all have a remainder of 1 when divided by 3. So often this sort of mathematics becomes very important when you think about modular lines. So let's say this is from 147. Then this might be from the 258 set, which is the middle column on your number pads, and then this could be the 369. Now, they don't have to be in this order. They could be in a different order. So 369 could be here or here, and you could shuffle them around. But the important thing to note is that then when you take, so that's the first 3, then look at these 3, they haven't got a yellow one in them. So that would have to be a yellow one. And if yellow was 147, this would be a 147 number. And then this string of digits hasn't got a purple one in it, so that would have to be purple, and in this example be 258. But that is how modular lines work. They are very, very interesting things. But as I say, I think some people just understand them very naturally. I wouldn't count myself in that Venn diagram. That part of the Venn diagram wouldn't include me. Anyway, and then we've got the zipper lines where digits an equal distance from the center of a lavender zipper line sum to the digit in the middle of that line. So let's look at this line. If this square here was an 8, then these 2 cells are clearly the same distance from the center of the line. So those 2 have to add up now to 8. These 2 would have to add up to 8, and these 2 would have to add up to 8. And that's how the zipper lines work. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play Let's Get Cracking. So, yeah, so the mathematical thing to know, well, let's talk about secrets for the various types of lines in this puzzle. The only secret I think I know for modular lines is that any sequential set of 3 cells along a modular line, the digits in those 3 cells will have a 0 remainder when divided by 3. And that's because obviously one of them is from the 147 set, which have a remainder of 1 when divided by 3. One of them is from the 258 set, which have a remainder of 2 when divided by 3. And one of them is from the 369 set, which have a 0 remainder. So if you add up numbers that have a 1 remainder, a 2 remainder, and a 0 remainder, overall they have a 3 remainder, which is itself divisible by 3. So in other words, any 3 sequential sets digits on a modular line has a 0 remainder when divided by 3. Now, the secret I know about lavender lines is that you can only put 9. If you're putting a 9 on a lavender line, you have to put it in the middle cell. Because if you don't, if we try and put 9 there, we're adding this digit to 9 to get to this digit. So this digit will be a double-digit number, and that's not going to work. So actually, maybe we'll start there then. So the 9 in box 6 has to be in one of these 3 positions. Now, 2, 3. So, yeah, I was trying to do maths on box. Yeah, in fact, there's one other thing that I should mention here, in case it's relevant. I don't think I can use it here, but I did just try to use it, so I will tell you what it is. And that is the secret. Now, the secret is, of course, something I only tell my favourite people, but if you're watching this video, very much, you're in that part of the Venn diagram, one of my favourite people. The secret is that any complete box of a Sudoku, indeed any complete row, any complete column, because of the rules of Sudoku, contains the digits 1 to 9 once each. If you add those digits up, you get 45. So I know this box adds to 45, and the reason I was mulling this box is that because I know 3 sequential digits on a modular line are divisible by 3, and I know 45 is itself divisible by 3, I felt that there could be something going on in this box. I was trying to see how that might work. So we can see that those 6 digits must be divisible by 3. So these 3 are divisible by 3, which means there's going to be one of each modularity in this set, and one of each modularity in this set. Actually, maybe that's a point we should do. We should colour this line for modularity, because thinking about it, that what we've just said proves that these 3 digits are of the same modularity, and we can see that by stepping along the line. Whatever the modularity of this is, it must repeat every sort of 3 cells down the line, mustn't it? So that one and that one are the same, and that one and that one are the same. Now, what colours are we going to use? No, maybe I shouldn't use purple, because I'll use grey. So these are 1 yellow and one thingy, 1 grey. I don't really want to pencil mark that though. Okay. Let's try some maths on the middle box. Yeah, this is reasonable. Right, so in the middle box, we know that the box sums to 45. We know that line has a 0 remainder when divided by 3, and this line has a 0 remainder when divided by 3. That means these 3 digits have a 0 remainder. They have to have a 0 remainder when divided by 3, because the overall box has that property. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? That's an interesting question, because the other thing that we can say about these 3 digits is that they're one of each modularity. In this, because we know that this line has one of each modularity, this line has one of each modularity, so one of the digits on here is from 369, one of them is from 147, and one of them is from 258. Well, you can't put the 258 or the 147 in the middle, because the maths won't work. So let me show you what I mean by that. If we put 147 in the middle and make that one 369, and this one 258, what we're saying here now is that a digit with 0 remainder when divided by 3 plus a digit with 2 remainder when divided by 3 equals a digit with 1 remainder when divided by 3. A concept so ridiculous, not even the scientist in The Simpsons would give it any credence at all. It cannot work. So the only way you can shuffle the numbers around is to put the 369 digit in the middle, and then you've got a digit with... So we don't know which way round it will be, but one of these digits has a remainder of 1 when divided by 3, one of them has a remainder of 2 when divided by 3, and that would work. Now, well, this is... Okay, we can do slightly better now by thinking about Sudoku. That can't be a 3, because these 2 squares would have to be a 1-2 pair, and then those 2 squares would have to be a 1-2 pair, and now I've got a surfeit of 1s and 2s, surplus of 1s and 2s in the middle column. So this square is not 3. Now, could it be 6? It could be 6. Yeah, it could be 6, because you could have a 2-4 and a 1-5 pair. 9 is the easiest, obviously. There are lots of ways of making 2 cells add up to 9 in Sudoku. Right, so we're going to have to think about something different. Ah, of course. Oh, goodness, Simon. Right, let's come back to this box. Now, what we said about the modularity of these two lines, these two cells here, is that they were sort of wasp coloured, didn't we? One of them was yellow and one of them was grey. So what's that one? Well, that must be blue, which means 1, 2, that must be blue. What does that mean? I don't know, actually. I'm sorry. I thought that was that suddenly occurred to me that must be an important step, but no, it doesn't seem to do anything. Right, where do we look now then? We've got very similar patterns in boxes 7 and 9. We've got right, okay. So now I'm going to tell you something about those two digits, which those two digits are 3 6s and 9s. Oh no, well in fact they're a 3 6 pair then, because they're on a lavender line. Oh, that's lovely. Right, that's a 3 6. Oh, well this is beautiful. That's absolutely wonderful. Look what's happened here. Suddenly the puzzle's solving itself. Right. Okay, so the key thing is to appreciate that these two cells here have a 0 remainder when divided by 3. We're doing a lot of modular arithmetic today, which is appropriate in modular zipper. Right, how do I know this? Well, it's just maths again. Let's look at the lavender line here. Now, this is a 5-cell lavender line, so I know the digits on it are divisible by 3. How do I know that? Well, imagine this square was an x. Let's, how do I do that? I might be able to actually put x in. Nearly. There you go. So let's say that the middle of this line sums to is actually the digit x. What do those two digits sum up to? Well, by the rules of lavender lines, they sum up to x. What do these cells add up to? X again. In other words, the line overall sums to 3x, therefore must be divisible by 3. We know a 3-cell modular sequence contains one of each remainder when divided by 3, so this is divisible by 3, they're divisible by 3, 45 is divisible by 3, so that must have 0 remainder to allow that to happen. But it's on a modular line. We can't put 9 here, or this would be higher than 9. So these two have to be a 3 6 pair, but 3 and 6 add up to, 9. And that means this is 6. This is beautiful. Now these digits now are very restricted. They have to be, we don't know the order, but there's going to be a 1 5 and a 2 4 pair somehow in the column. And we've not put 3 7 and 8 into column 5. And that one, well, that's all the different remainders. How very annoying. Okay. Right. So we're going to have to find something else there now then. Bother. Righto. I wonder if we... Do I know? Yeah, okay, here's something. I do know something about that cell. That cell sees 3, 6, and 9, so that's not a blue... No, it is blue. It is blue, but it's not the flavour of modularity that has a 0 remainder when divided by 3, because this cell cannot be 3, 6, or 9. And that means that square can't be 9, which means 9 is now in one of 2 cells in box thingy, which might be important or not. So these digits now, so the blue digits are either 1 4 7 or 2 5 8. Sorry, I can't see what that means either. Is there a way we can... Is there a way we can somehow... Oh, here's another point. Where's 9 in box 7? And the answer is I don't really know. But because it can't go... If it's on this line, it must go there. And it can't go there. It must be on the line, look. So there's a 9 on there, and the same logic by symmetry must apply here. So 9s are on these modular lines. Which... What's that doing? Oh, I see. I've got it. Oh, this is it's much simpler. Okay, it would have been simpler for me if I'd shaded this square, but I didn't think to. Oh, I couldn't really do that using my wasp colouring. But I know this is a wasp shading. But the point is, right, the point is that that digit also can't be 3, 6 or 9, can it? And this digit is not blue. It's something else, because that's a sequence which should have a blue digit, and then this is yellow or grey, and this is yellow or grey. There needs to be one of each. But if that can't be a 0 mod 3 digit, that must be a 0 mod 3 digit. So that is a 3. And now, well, now we can shade. That one is a... Oh no, you can repeat digits on modular lines. I was going to say, well, it's true to say, right. So by shading this line now, I don't think I should have shaded this line. I think I should have shaded this line, but anyway, we can't unravel all that now. This digit is 3 away from this one, so this is a 3, 6, or a 9. Now it can't be a 6. The same is true there. So we've now got a 3, 9 pair in this row. And okay, I'd love to be able to... I can do... I see. I can see how to do this now. Right, that digit is the grey digit, and that's now seeing all flavours of 0 mod 3 digits. So this digit must be yellow. It can't be blue. The 3 blue digits, 1, 4, 7 or 2, 5, 8, appear on the line. It can't be grey. It can't be grey because grey cannot be a 3, 6 or a 9. So it must be yellow, which means this is grey. And now we can shade this line in. So now yellow goes into these squares. Grey goes into this square. Has that done anything or not? Don't know. I don't know actually. Not sure. That digit's quite high. Oh, well, when I say quite high, it's maxed out actually. Sorry. This zipper line here has a 7 or an 8 being added to another digit. But even if this is 7, this can't be 8 because 7 and 8 have already appeared in box 2. So I think that has to be 9. So 9 is in one of 2 places in box 5. That digit's 1 or 2. This is really clever. The combination of the modularity rules and the zipper rules, it's leading to all sorts of little arithmetic coincidences. That digit is 7, 8 or 9. How do I know that? Well, I know that because there have to be 3 different ways of making the total in this box. So if this was 6, there's a few ways of seeing it can't be 6, I suppose. We could do it by mathematics. Let's do it by mathematics rather than combinations. Because this line is a 7-cell line. So remember when we did the 3x arithmetic here? Well, this is a 4x line. If this is x, this line adds up to 4x. So imagine we made x 6. This line would add up to 24. By the secret then, these 2 lines digits would have to add up to 21. and that is far too high for two different digits in Sudoku. 17 is the max. So this is either 7, 8 or 9. Now, and what's the blue digit? The blue digit, we don't know. It's either 147 or 258, depending on things. So, how do we do this then? Oh, that's beautiful. Right, this can't be 9. The modularity doesn't work. That's really clever. Wow. So what do I mean by that? Well, if this was 9, we've just said this would add up to 4 times 9, which is 36. The box adds up to 45. So these add up to 9, but this is 0 mod 3. 9 is divisible by 3, exactly. So this, if this is 0 mod 3, this needs to be 0 mod 3. But that's a blue digit, which is expressly not 0 mod 3. So you can't, I suppose the long way, the slightly less elegant way is saying, okay, if this is 9, this is a 3 by Sudoku. Can that be 6? No. 6 is definitely not a blue digit. So actually 9 in the box we can place, which is quite cool. So this is 7 or 8, and what does that mean? So if this was 7, we'd have 28 here. This would be an 8, because we need to make the whole box add up to 45. So we need 17 here. If this is 8, we've got 32 on the line. We need 13 here. So this is 4. 4 and 8 are in different modular groups. That's so annoying. If these had been if that had been 5 and 8, then we'd have known the blue set was 258. But I don't think we do know that now. If that's 9, that's 3. Okay, does that matter? I suppose what I should do, is I should highlight all of those digits in yellow that I know are definitely in the 0 mod 3 set. So this is a 6-9 pair. Okay, I'm not actually seeing what to do now. Let me think. How do we do this then? I'm looking around the grid. How long's that line? Oh no, that line looks like it's taking more than... That's only got 5 cells on it. For some reason, when I look at that, it looks more like a 7-cell line, but it's definitely not, is it? It's a central cross. So that digit's not very restricted. I really don't like the look of the pipe one up here. That's a very awkward length for a modular line, a 5-cell line. There must be a 3 here. There's a tiny deduction. I mean, literally tiny. But we know there's one of each. We know there's within each 3 cells on a modular line, there's one 0 mod 3 digit. The 9's there, the 6 is there, so there must be a 3 on this one. So 3 is in one of these cells in column 4 by Sudoku. Ah, 9 here. Ah, that's big. Right, I didn't see that. Look, we can do some Sudoku. I mean, this is outrageous, GDC. You're making me do Sudoku. More Sudoku in your Sudoku puzzle. What is going on? Oh, this is huge. Right, now 9 goes there, 6 goes there. So 6 is in one of these squares, adding up to that. There's a virtual 1-2 pair in this column now because, well, the digit that's opposite 6 on this line has to add up to 7 or 8. Don't know where it goes, but it's a 1 or a 2 and it sees that one. Now, can I get Oh, nearly. I thought I was going to get 9 in column 3. 9 in column 9. How many 9s have I got? 6. I must be able to get... I was going to say that's a very strange number of 9s to have got. That's because we can get another 9 here. Right, so now I'm on a 7. 7 9s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's make that yellow as well to complete our coterie of yellows, our posse of yellows. We've got an X-wing of 9s left. Oh no, it doesn't work. Ah, no, hang on. Right. That's a 3, I think. I'm not sure about this, but let me just tell you what I was thinking. In this column, these 3 digits can only contain 1 yellow digit and must contain exactly 1 yellow digit. There's 1 yellow digit in that set of 3 on the modular line, so there must be 1 yellow digit down here. Well, that yellow digit is not 9. In fact, it never goes in this square because this square can't be yellow, so it's in one of these 2 squares. Now, if it's here, it's a 6. But if it's in the corner, so if it's here, it's 6 by sudoku. And if it's in the corner, it's 6 by zipper, because this digit, it can't be a 3. Oh, well, that's going to cause confetti. But it can't be a 3 because those 2 squares would be a 1-2 pair, and these 2 squares would have to be a 1-2 pair, and that's too many 1s and 2s in the box. So 6 is in one of these 2 squares, which means 6 is in one of those 3 squares. But more importantly, that means that's 3 and that's 6. So 3 is in one of these 2 squares. Now, again, it can't go in the corner on a 5-cell zipper. Ah, bother. Is that really not doing anything? Wow. Let me just think about this for a second or two. Yeah, I can do something. Alright, where's 6 in this box? Now, I don't think I can put it on the zipper, because it would need to have a 3 with it to add up to 9. So I think it's in one of those 2 squares, which is taking it out of the corner, plonking it here. That's going to do some damage, actually, because it's a yellow digit, which is not the damage-filled thing. It's the fact that this corner digit now is a 7 or an 8, look, because it has to be higher than 6. And the digit now opposite the 6 is a 1 or a 2 in this square. Now, okay, here's another point that emerges from this then. Where's 4 in this box? Now, one thing I have learned from doing a lot of zipper puzzles is if you put 8 in the central cell, it's often very difficult to place 4 on the zipper because, of course, the digit that would go opposite of 4 is another 4. And you can see in this box it's not possible to put 2 4s in the same box. So if that's 8, 4 has to go here. But if that's 7, you can't put 3 on this line because 3's there, so you can't put 4 on it either because you need 3 plus 4 to equal 7. So 4 is always here. Now 4... So now maybe 5 in this box. 4, because 4 can't go in these 2 squares, and these are adding up to 9, 5 can't go in these 2 squares. I've got a bad feeling this is not doing anything. Bother. Okay. There's got to be a 3 up here, because we need a yellow digit up there. It has to be a 3. Okay. Oh, bobbins. Right. I'm not getting a 3 in the corner today. These 2 digits, what are they? I don't know is the answer. Well, but I do know they're not yellow. So if starting at this end of this pipe, we have to have a yellow within 3 cells, don't we? Well, that can't be yellow, that can't be yellow, so that's yellow. And now that's a 3, because it can't be 6 or 9 according to the pencil marking. So now, oh no, that doesn't do it. I thought I was going to get the 3 in this box, but no. What about 3 over here? We can't put 3 there, we can't put 3 there. Don't know. 3, no, that doesn't work. Everything I'm looking at doesn't work. This is not good. Okay. Can we unravel? The 6 is 9 somehow. So if this is 9, we don't even know, do we? We wouldn't know where the 6 was. If that's 6, that is 9. These two would add up to 9. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether I'm meant to be thinking in terms of modularity now, or whether I'm supposed to be thinking in terms of zipper. I don't know. I really don't know, actually. I wonder whether I can learn that digit's nature. Or I can get that digit somehow. Ah, that digit's 7 or 8 now. It can't be 6, and it can't be 5 for an interesting reason. If that was 5, you'd have to populate the zipper line with the digits 1, 2, 3 and 4, because they have to be less than 5. And that cell would be broken. So this digit is at least 7 now. So it's 7 or 8, that's a pair. These are a pair. That sort of feels like it might matter. Yes, right, I can do stuff with this. I can do stuff with this. Okay, let's come back to this little coterie of digits, because something has just occurred to me. You can't put 2 digits here that are both 0 mod 3, can you? Because if you did, what would that have to be? 0 mod 3. But that would put 4 0 mod 3 digits in the box, which doesn't work. So that digit is 0 mod 3. Yeah, that hasn't done it, has it? So, oh, wait a second. Wow. Boom. Right, that digit is 0 mod 3. Okay, this is more difficult to see. How do I know that? Well, what I did in my brain, well done brain, for once, is my brain said, could that be 0 mod 3? And then I thought about the nature of this line, if this was 0 mod 3. And what we could say then is that these two would have the same modularity, wouldn't we? Because if this had a remainder 1 when divided by 3, we're adding that to a digit that has 0 remainder when divided by 3. So this would also have to have a remainder 1 when divisible by 3. So, I mean, if that was 1 and this was 6, this would clearly have to be 7. 7 has a remainder of 1 when divided by 3, and that's the same as this one's nature. So this would be a pair of the same modularity. But this line has 2 of each modularity. It has two of the blues, because whatever that is must repeat there, and whatever that is must repeat there. So this has got 2 of each modularity, so we can't add 2 more of the same modularity here. So that square is not 0 mod 3, and the 0 mod 3 one goes in the corner. Right, so now we can get rid of the 6, 9 pencil mark. And this all came from me looking at this digit and noticing it was the same as that digit by Sudoku, and then thinking about where that digit had to be placed in this box. And I can now see it's got to go there, look. But I still don't know its size. Oh, this is weird. I'm still not sure I'm any nearer to... Can I disambiguate those somehow? I don't think I can. I'm not sure. I mean, I'd like to. Obviously, if this is 9, all bets are off. It's got a lot of possibilities. If it's 6, it's slightly more limited. These definitely have, you know, these are definitely of different modularity. I can say that for certain. So one of them has a remainder of 1, one of them has a remainder of 2. Maybe that's a sensible strategy then. Maybe I have to actually shade these. Now I'm going to shade these using different colours. Hopefully obvious reasons, because I don't know how orange relates to grey and blue. One of those must be green, mustn't it? Because we know that green is not the 369 set. So green gets finished in row 2 by one of these two being green. So the rest of this row is 3s, 6s and oranges. That digit's orange, isn't it now? That is interesting, actually. I have learnt one thing. That's orange. And that the reason for that is it can't be green and it can't be yellow, because these are the yellow. I didn't do the yellows, but I've internalized the nature of yellow in this puzzle. So that is now green. Oh, sorry. Still don't know how to do it. What could we say now? So this one is the same as that one, isn't it? Yeah, that's okay. That's a reasonable point. That is by sudoku. That's how we said what this digit was. So those are both orange, which means that's the green one. Okay, we are slowly getting somewhere here. So that must be green. Oh, that's beautiful. That's really clever. Wow. So that's got to be 9, because it's got to be the sum of a 7 or an 8 plus this digit. There we go. Right. So this is a low orange. That is the high orange. So this is the middly orange. And this is a 6 now. And that's a 9 now. Have we done all the 9s? I fear we have, which is the only reason that's annoying is that I think that... Oh, yeah. I think that's sort of... We've gone to the end of the 9 trail. And now we've got to find a new trail to pursue. Can we colour that digit? Because if that... Right, let's think about that. If that's 7, that's 2. If that's 8, that's 1. They're different modularity. Yeah, look at this. Right. That digit is different modularity to this, because the two of them together have to add up to a 0 mod 3 digit, obviously. So that's... Now I say it's obvious. Now these are the same modularity. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm picking on random cells trying to work out how they fit into the modular concepts of blue, grey, orange and green. And what I really want to do is to marry up. I want to convert either this one, either the greys and the blues, to orange and green, or vice versa. I'm not sure that I can actually do that though. Do I know the colour of that one? Can we do that? Is that mathematically justifiable? If that's 8, we know we can't put 4 on the line. So if that's 8, that's 4. These would be of different modularity. But if that's 7... Ah! That is interesting. So these are different modularities, aren't they? Because if that's, let me just justify that again. If that's 8, I can't put 4 on the line. So 4 goes here. And that's right mathematically as well, isn't it? If that's 8, this line adds up to 32. So this adds up to 13. So that would make this a 4. So if this is 8, this is 4. 4 is in the 147 set. 8 is in the 258 set. And if this is 7, this is 8, and 7 and 8 are obviously in different modular sets. So that is grey, actually. I didn't know that before. That must be right. That must be right. Right, okay, so now I've done it. Now I can relate orange to grey. Because opposite the 6 here is a 1 or a 2 that's not orange. But by modularity, we're adding a 0 mod 3 digit, which is a 6, to a digit here to get to whatever grey's modularity is. So the 1 or the 2 that's here is grey modularity, which means it's not orange modularity, which means it's green modularity. So now we know that grey is actually green. Who'd have thought it? So grey is green, which means blue is actually orange. So we've got a whole set of orange here, which don't include a 5. Done it. Done it. So orange can't be the 258 set, look. So it's got to be the 147 set. And if it's the 147 set, we can fill it in. 1, 7, 4. Then 7, 4, 7, 1. Where does 4 go in box thingy? It's got to go there. That 4 and this 4 operates. So this is 7. This is 1. This is not 1 or 4. Ah, I did that. I didn't know what I did there. I tried to remove 1 and 4. Right. So this is 2 or 5. It adds up. Right. So this is not 2 or 5 because we're adding up to 6. So this is 1 or 4, which is orange. We do know that. So that's green because that's from the 258 set. Okay. So this is 8 now, we know that, because it's the high from the 258. So this is a 2-5 pair. So this is 8. And, okay, not sure what that's done, but that feels like a huge step forward. Okay, what's that? That's a 2, which we know by nature is therefore the green digit. So right, so 2 plus 6 equals 8. We get 8 in the corner, which is also a green digit, appropriately enough. So that's an 8. That's an 8. These are a 2-5 pair. This column hasn't got a 1 in it, so that should be a 1. And we can do maths on that, can't we? Because we're adding up to 8, so that's a 7. And that's a rarity in this puzzle, actually. That's a situation where we've had 2 1 remainder digits adding up to a 2 remainder digit. That's a 4 by Sudoku. So this must be a 5 by Sudoku. And now, what do we do next? So this line is either 2 and 7 or 1 and 8. But apparently I don't have a clue which version is which. What could we do now? We could say... Don't know. Stuck. I think we can probably get ourselves unstuck here though, can't we? 7 in this box is in one of those 3 squares. So that must be opposite a 1, mustn't it? And that 1 must go here. There we go. That's how to get ourselves unstuck. So 1 is an orange digit. 7's an orange digit. These are not 7 anymore. 1 is in one. Oh, 1 can't go in the corner of the grid because we'd be saying all of these pairs have to add up to 1. That won't work. So there's now no 1 on this, which means there's no 8. So this is 2, 7. That's not 2. I've just remembered I forgot to mention the chance of sonar stream as the rain teams down again. Yeah, we're going to be streaming tonight. We'd love to have your company for that. It's horrible out there. Right, that digit is a 4 or a 7. And apparently I don't know which one it is. Bother. This row hasn't got an 8 in it. So that's an 8, which is a green digit, which means that's got to be an orange digit. And it's a 4 or a 7, but we don't know which. Oh, what's that digit in the corner? Well, interesting. It's either 5 or 6. Goodness me. If it's 6, that's 5. This is 4 or 5, isn't it? Both still seem to be possible, which I'm slightly surprised about. That's a 5. It can't be 4 or 7 apparently. So that's a green digit. So this is 2 or 8. We haven't got the last green digit in this row, which must now be here. So that's green. And this is then 3 or 4. And it's not 4. Right, that's it. So it's actually 3, which means we're heading up towards 5, which means that's 4 and that's 7. And hopefully we've not generated any Sudoku clashes as a result of all that logic. So look, we've got 3 greens to fill into this column. We can place the 8 immediately. This has got to be a 2-5 pair. These are on zippers. So this is now a 3-6 pair. But somehow we don't know the order. 3 and 6, though, are from the yellow set. That's all the yellows in the row. We've still got a 7 to put in the row. Ah, that's a 4, look. Do I know that digit? Surely. Ah, 5 here is looking at that one. So that's a 2. That's an 8. That's an 8 by Sudoku. So that's green. So this has got to be a 7 because we need a 147 modulo digit on this line. Yeah, I mean, it feels like this is a 1 by Sudoku. It feels like we've done it, doesn't it? It's just going to be a case of filling it in. This is a 1. That's an orange. Maybe I should just do the Sudoku, and then we can do the colours at the end. That might be more efficient, actually. 2, 5. We've not put 3 into that row. This square now is a 5. What about this row? 2, 4, 5 to place. Can we do that? 4 can only go there, I think. So these seem to have to be a 2, 5 pair. One of those is on a zipper, though. So the opposite is that one. It gives us a 2, 5 pair. We've not put... So this is 3 or 6. It still doesn't seem to be resolved. And we're adding that digit to this square. So we must be adding 3 and 4 together, because we can't add 6 and 1. We'd repeat the 1 in the box. So that places the 3 over here. That puts 6 in the corner. Have we got any 3s today? No, we've got no 3s in the corner today, I'm afraid. That's a 2, that's a 5, that's a 2. This couldn't be a 5. That's a 5, that's a 6. So 6 comes down here. We have to put 1 in this box. 6 goes here, 3 goes here, 2 goes here, 7 goes here. I think we've done the Sudoku. So now we just have to greenify everything. And 7s are orange, and 6s are yellow, and 1s are orange, 5s are green, 3s are yellow, and 4s are orange. And that is a brilliant, brilliant puzzle. Wow. GDC again. I mean, every single puzzle I do by GDC just makes me think, wow. And that's no exception. There's a lot of arithmetical trickery in there. So it's just sick, isn't it? It's really gorgeous. I love the way you could deduce so many different types of things by thinking about modular arithmetic, and especially division by 3. There was even a bit of Sudoku I was made to do once or twice. I mean, that was the outrageous part. But overall, loved it. Let me know in the comments whether you had a go and how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic and the stream.